Welcome to your go-to resource for mastering React and acing your React interviews. Whether you are a seasoned developer looking to brush up on your React knowledge or a newcomer to the world of front-end development, this video is packed with 10 basic interview questions to help you excel in your next React interview. So grab a notepad, get ready to learn, and let's dive right in.
What are the features of React?
When the state of an object changes, virtual DOM changes only that object in the real DOM, rather than updating all the objects. React's one-way data binding keeps everything modular and fast. A unidirectional data flow means that when designing a React app, you often nest child components within parent components. React updates only those components that have changed, rather than updating all the components at once. This results in much faster web applications. JSX is a syntax extension to JavaScript. It is used with React to describe what the user interface should look like. By using JSX, we can write HTML structures in the same file that contains JavaScript code.
What is the virtual DOM?
DOM stands for Document Object Model. The DOM represents an HTML document with a logical tree structure. Each branch of the tree ends in a node, and each node contains objects. React keeps a lightweight representation of the real DOM in the memory, and that is known as the virtual DOM. When the state of an object changes, the virtual DOM changes only that object in the real DOM, rather than updating all the objects.
What is the difference between Shadow DOM and Virtual DOM?
The Shadow DOM is a browser technology designed primarily for scoping variables and CSS in web components. The virtual DOM is a concept implemented by libraries in JavaScript on top of browser APIs.
Why use React instead of other frameworks like Angular?
React uses virtual DOM, which makes web applications perform faster. Components are the building blocks of any React application, and a single app usually consists of multiple components. These components have their own logic and controls, and they can be reused through the application, which in turn dramatically reduces the development time for an application. React follows a unidirectional data flow. This means that when designing a React app, we often nest child components within parent components. And since the data flows in a single direction, it becomes easier to debug errors and know where the problem occurs in an application at the moment.
How do you create a React app?
These are the steps for creating a React app. Install nodejs on the computer because we need npm to install the React library. npm is the node package manager that contains many JavaScript libraries, including React. Install the create React app package using the command prompt or terminal. Install a text editor of your choice like vscode or sublimetext.
What is an event in React?
An event is an action that a user or system may trigger, such as pressing a key, a mouse click, etc. React events are named using camel case rather than lowercase in HTML. With JSX, you pass a function as the event handler rather than a string in HTML.
What is a state in React?
The state is a built-in React object that is used to contain data or information about the component. The state in a component can change over time, and whenever it changes, the component re-renders. The change in state can happen as a response to use action or system-generated events. It determines the behavior of the component and how it will render.
What is the React router?
React Router is a powerful routing library built on top of React that helps you add new screens and flows to your application incredibly quickly, all while keeping the URL in sync with what's being displayed on the page.
How to re-render the view when the browser is resized?
You can use the useState hook to manage the width and height state variables and the useEffect hook to add and remove the resize event listener. The empty square bracket dependency array passed to useEffect ensures that the effect only runs once on mount and not on every re-render.
What are the libraries commonly used in React for styling?
The choice of the styling method and library depends on your project's requirements. In React, there are several popular libraries and approaches commonly used for styling components such as Design, React Bootstrap, Materialui, and many more. Alright folks, Let's wrap up our discussion on some essential React interview questions. I hope you found this video informative and valuable in preparing for your upcoming interviews. If you have any specific questions or need more interview questions, please don't hesitate to drop them in the comment section below. See you in the next video.